They are in the market, and they're going to be active in free agency. They're going to be active in the trade market. They have to add around Justin Herbert. Joe Ortiz has a history of being a wheeler dealer. They're looking for wide receiver help. The Rams have agreed to trade Cooper Kupp. Now, he's got a $29 million cap figure. He's owed $20 million. Rams are going to pay a portion of the salary. However, they're not letting the guy go for absolute free. You're going to have to give up something of significance, a.k.a. third-round draft pick maybe. So do you give up a third-round draft pick for a 32-year-old receiver who's got injury history the last 3 seasons? That's a debatable thing, but I think the Bolts are going to look really good at Cooper Kupp. The next name is Davante Adams. He's the ex-Packer, ex-Raider, about to be ex-New York Jet, who's asking to be traded, hopefully back on the West Coast. He can play. He's a guy that gets over 1,000 yards a whole bunch of seasons, makes plays downfield. Now, the only negative, he's got a $27 million cap figure. His earning power has got to come down to make that work. The third one is DK Metcalf, the Seattle wide receiver. Big physical specimen. He's had injury problems 2 years in a row. He's been kind of caught in a weird situation. Who's the quarterback? Are we throwing the ball a lot? Are we running the ball? What are we trying to do? By the way, you need to fix the offensive line. So Seattle's been a real grab bag of problems with the offense. Metcalf might be available. The next one is gifted. The next one is a problem. I'm talking about George Pickens, Pittsburgh. I don't know that the Steelers are going to move on from him. Steelers have made comments. Some people have to grow up, making reference to George Pickens, who's always got problems on and off the field and personality clashes. Deebo Samuels has been put on the trade block. San Francisco will move him. Now, he's kind of a two-position guy. He can catch balls, and he can run the football some. Price tag's kind of high, $25 million. I don't know whether he'll restructure his contract down. And the last name is gifted. He's going to be a free agent. Cincinnati's been told you got to keep him, but at this point in time, that's not happened yet. Talking about T. Higgins. Now, he wants $25 million to $30 million. And Cincinnati, they got a big issue in terms of salary cap situations because they got to re-sign Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow wants them to keep both Chase and T. Higgins, which should be a phenomenal investment. And last I checked, the history of Bengal football under Mike Brown is we are cheap. So it's a big issue. I don't know that the Chargers would spend $25 million on T. Higgins, but obviously if they make a deal, they get a name receiver, somebody's leaving, and that somebody might be Quentin Johnston, the very erratic former number 1 draft pick. But, John, there's a lot of really good names on that board.
I just remember seeing DK Metcalf in some games just breaking away. But how old is he now?
He's got to be pushing 30 years of age.
Yeah.
But he's been nicked up the last 2 years. But, I mean, there's a stretch of time you said, wow, this guy has all power.
Now, do any of these guys on this list have any linkage to Joe Ortiz or to Jim Harbaugh?
Good question. Well, Harbaugh, San Francisco, I don't know if Deebo was there at that point in time. Maybe not. But these guys know Harbaugh. These guys know history. I think all these guys would come in. Each comes with a different set of circumstances around him. Cooper Kupp is just a baller. He's a gamer. Adams, Davante can be a bit of a head case. Metcalf is just a physical specimen. You got to find the right role. The enormous challenge would be with Pickens. I mean, he's so gifted and he's so erratic in terms of dedication and consistency. Samuel has had injury problems and unhappiness problems. T. Higgins just wants to be paid, and boy, it's a big-time guy. So each guy brings us a different set of circumstances walking through the front door.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to find out. But Cooper Kupp, you can't go wrong with that.
I concur with you. Last football